Ship smart, save big. Welcome, guys. Today is some e-commerce logistics secrets. Welcome to the new episode. So today will be a really interesting topic because before we was getting on this podcast, we had some small conversation with my guest today. He will introduce himself in a minute. And we thought that sometimes we make our e-com businesses based on the data we get from the shipping companies, and we see that doesn't make any sense to sell it or start it. So even maybe for somebody, this podcast episode will be like a small kicking ass to start your business, because you can get a better logistics price. You can do a lot of things. So today we want you to uh, open the curtains of the logistics in e-commerce, because I have a huge experience in logistics, and Lauris has amazing experience, and I think it will be really useful episode for you guys. So Lauris, why we need to listen to you? Maybe you can give us some small introduction about your experience and what you do today. So yeah, you go for it.
Hey everyone, thanks Gustavs for having me. Pleasure to be here. I am Lauris. I'm co-founder and CEO of Swotzy. We are a logistics e-commerce platform which helps actually our customers to ship smarter, give them broader choices, and just help to optimize delivery as we go. I have quite broad experience, as you mentioned, in logistics. I actually studied in Netherlands, epicenter of the logistics, right? Uh, Logistics engineer by trade, had some great experiences in Maersk, DPD, and then later on at Printfuls. So I really have had great opportunity and chance to see logistics from many different angles. And that, of course, now helps to really add the value to our customers, because it's easier just to connect the both sides and see where the gap actually was there.
Yeah, nice. You just forget to mention how much you saved money in 1 year for Printful with your approach.
Yeah, we optimized actually the shipping, and we saved almost up to 2 million in shipping costs.
Okay, so this is a good amount of the money. So guys, I think there is something to listen from the Lauris side. And you guys don't know, but one of my first experience in business was the logistics company. I was running it for 3 years. It was growing really fast. So I have been in a many logistic things. So we will have a good conversation today. So Lauris, let's start with the most important thing, I think, how to get your logistics price. Because when we plan some kind of the new product, or we want to develop the new product line, we see how to maybe even grow to global to other markets. We need to get the logistics price. I think that's first things, because if we are a proper businessman, we look at our P&L, we see how much it costs and how much it will bring us back, and maybe we can start with this point. So, what's the best way to get the best price from logistics companies?
That's very actually difficult topic, because it involves a lot of job. What I saw previously as well, you need to go to one carrier, second carrier, third carrier. So what actually we decided to do is to combine all the carriers in one place. And now, for example, if you want to check the shipping prices, you can just log in our platform and enter the zip code, delivery country, and you will have comparison with all available carriers. I think that's really great opportunity, because from the previous experience, the process just to go through all the carriers, discuss the volumes, your ambitions, get the rate offers, it usually takes between 1 to 3 months actually to really understand where you stand. And now what we see, we give that opportunity to our customers just to compare those prices within 5-10 minutes. And I think that
That's
is
crazy.
one of the key elements actually where we see adding value to our customers, because as you mentioned, logistics quite dictate the rules which markets you want to enter, right? Because if you cannot get affordable and fast shipping, I'm quite sure you will not succeed in that market. Especially nowadays, the standards are very, very high. So number one is really, as you say, just analyze, see where you can get good shipping, cheap prices and just think about that market.
Yeah, I think I can share the experience here. So what's the regular thing? How you do? You go to the three companies. You send them, hey guys, we want to ship there and there. They give you the prices, and those prices are crazy. You're like when you put them on the paper, you understand I can't make money because I can pay just for logistics. And this is reality. What's happening outside there. But there is one small secret. Just send everyone that you will make, I don't know, in the next 3 months you will have a 500 orders a day or something like that. Like put a big number there up, and then you will see, okay, there is coming some okay prices. I remember in the old days we had FedEx shipping to US for $10, and that was next day delivery. And this made that business so successful because we could ship out the first one because we could ship out and deliver in one day. The second, we could that was print on demand product, so that means we could scale without the stock. That means we sold the free shipping part, and free shipping was like 14 days, and then we was using all those 14 days, 13 days to make that product. In the 13th day we're sending it out and it's coming back. So this was an interesting thing. And this is nightmare to get those prices. But if you want to get the better prices, uh, go and tell, I think, to the companies that you will make some a huge number of the packages in the next period, because they are really interested in businesses like that. Because I think this what you told me in our conversation before this live, that sometimes like your idea of building this business was uh, um, deleting this gap between big companies and small companies. Tell me this story, because this is amazing story. And after hearing this one, I was understood. Okay, you can even find the why in business like that, and that's crazy.
Yeah, definitely. And just, also about your strategy, I think it's really great strategy just to be a bit more ambitious and to share those large numbers. But in your case, you were able to deliver on them, and that made it successful, right? And if you actually are not able to drive those numbers that quickly, it can really backfire, because
Yeah.
carriers will see, okay, this guy is bullshitting me. He sends 10 packages. Yeah, I'm bringing my prices back up, right? And then you are really stuck with that negotiation. But yeah, this is actually one of the biggest why Swotzy was born. When I was working at the Printful, of course, I had great insights about the shipping prices for enterprise tier companies, right? And then a couple of friends were starting their own e-commerces, and in many cases, it was 3-4 times more expensive than for a large company. And then when you actually think about it, you might have very great product, you want to sell it, it's a good quality, handmade, for example, and you actually need to pay like $20 for delivery. And of course, nowadays you will not be able to compete. And that, however, we see also through the COVID, when the shipping really took off and e-commerce was booming, the large companies were able to grow way faster than the small companies. And that is very much linked to the logistics. And it is no secret, it's also Shopify report says that more than 50% of shopping cart abandonments are accounting to high shipping costs. So that gives quite good perspective how important that is. And that was my actually the core idea, like, hey, we can really help those small and medium-sized companies. We just consolidate the volume for each and every of them. We go to the carriers, we negotiate, we help also carriers to bring new business to them, and it really creates win-win-win situation for all three parties, and that's actually how we started to take off.
Yeah, that's crazy. You can, as I told you, you make some great product, and you maybe would invest more in the product or invest more in the team, but you need to pay those huge shipping costs. And there is one more problem, what I really don't love, and I have been in the situation where you try to find your package because you need to report something to your client. You are starting to choose cheap shipping companies. I will not mention in the word, but we all know those cheap shipping companies, which ships, I don't know, nobody knows how many days. Everyone hopes that it will just be delivered because the price is great, but it's a huge nightmare. And this is something I think something you guys need to look to, because you need to use some good companies, big companies, but you can't use them because you have those prices. Because in the you mentioned a good number. I think it's even the 60%, not 50%, is abandoned by, because the shipping part is wrong. But something else, if you are shipping to, I don't know, Germany, and in Germany, everyone know DHL because it's their postage company. So they want to see in the checkout that there is the DHL name, but you can't put it there if you are working straight with the DHL and you are shipping maybe 50 orders a month. You will get a huge prices there. So this is a huge topic too, that you can't get the best for your customers if you are not sending enough orders.
Yeah.
Um,
And just to add on that, I think sometimes it's fine to use also the cheapest options, right? If you have very cheap product and it's really volume based business and you ship a lot, and even if it gets lost, it's no problem to resend the product. That's completely fine. And sometimes I even recommend to do that, because if your product costs like €7 and you ship for €20, it doesn't make any sense, right? And no one really buying cheap product cares about premium delivery. So there you need to also understand your product and how actually, who are your customers and what is really important to your customer segments. And then, as you say, it is so country specific what receivers prefer. And also, one of the analysis which we did at the Printful showed that many actually prefer to receive by the local players, especially in the countries like Netherlands, where PostNL is very advanced. They really prefer to receive also shipments from them. And then you need to look for the partners which actually bring to the Netherlands, then hand over to PostNL, and PostNL makes the final delivery. And those all small details actually really much account how you will convert those customers in the end.
Yeah, how you grow your business, because you need to know those steps.
Yeah.
That's a huge thing. So we refer to the Printful all the time. Maybe let's give a small pitch about who is the Printful and why we talk about them, and how you could save those up to 2 million for them. So give a small picture of them, so people who don't know can align.
Yeah, so Printful is the world's largest print-on-demand company, basically helping other e-commerce merchants to bring their products to reality, right? You can put your own designs on t-shirts, hoodies, bottles, backpacks, you name it, and they just give possibility to merchants to increase their product offering. And Printful has grown very, very fast over the last 10 years, and it's still the only Latvian unicorn company. And of course, they ship millions of the packages. And what was very interesting, that we could get costs in line just with uh, revising the selection of the carriers. Because there we come to the second problem, that you can have good rates and good offers, but are you using the most effective and best choices to each of delivery country? Especially when you ship globally, of course, there will be no one player which will cater for all the needs. And in Printful, I was working with, I think it was 16 active carriers. And then you have already each carrier 2 3 services, so you can multiply that and understand how many variations you have. And they have fulfillment centers in, when I worked there, in 9 locations, so you ship from 9 locations with so many variables that it's just important to understand which one to use for which package, which size, which delivery country. And just by looking in those data and optimizing the selection of the carriers, we managed actually to improve the results quite a bit.
Yeah, it's already, you mentioned it's 450 variations for every package should be delivered. And this is something you told me in our conversation, that your app is helping to give you the um tactics of how to deliver to specific locations for the specific products, because that's a huge thing there, because we always think that we will just make a best deal, we will choose one courier, and this is all the problems solved. But as you mentioned, in every place, in every country, you have a different this companies who do the best work there. And I just want to get back on this. If you have a cheap product and your audience, and you can send more and more products, I'm not suggesting to go on this cheap ones, because in a Q4, when every sales matter and when every minute of your team matters, you get so frustrated about trying to find some packages which never delivers, and then you send again, but then they delivers. And this is something I think we all need to think on the future, because I had been in the situation where you in one day ship out one product and the next day you ship out 300 products. And when you have this gap and you are using some cheap old I would say strategies of your shipping, you can't get this 300 delivered, and you can't profit all your money what you wanted to do. So I think this is the thing you need to start. So what are you suggesting? You are suggesting go market by market, or what's your suggestion from this logistic strategies?
So my actually perspective is, and what we see actually works for customers, is to really focus on the data and the coverage, because of course it highly depends from which part of the world you are shipping. And let's face it, from each country there are no ideal connections to any other country. So first, it's really great just to narrow down to the list of top 20 countries to which the shipping is fast and relatively affordable. And then you continue narrowing that down once you find that great balance between the market size and market potential for your product and the shipping, because they both need to work together. Because if you just prioritize the cheapest shipping and the fastest shipping, and maybe market really doesn't fit for your product, then again, it's not too great strategy. So we actually suggested just by shortlisting the countries, and of course, you need to make analysis on the product size and the customer segments there, and to see if you will be able to sell there. You rank countries by potential for your product, you rank countries by shipping, and then you see which actually have the best ratios.
This is after you have found the product market fit, or this is before? Because we always think, let's find the best product and then just figure out all these other problems. There's only one problem in the real life. It's a selling problem, because all other problems is solved. That's what that's the world I living in. And I think what should be the first, the strategy of logistics and the product fit, or you need to find the product market fit and then you need to find the best logistic solution to deliver there?
It can go both ways. I have seen customers doing one approach, firstly, really having the product market fit. They know they can sell in that market, and then they go on to optimize logistics. But you know how it goes with analysis. Analysis can say one thing, and in reality, it actually goes other way around. So it's actually nice to also A/B test those countries. And that is, I think, one of the most beautiful things what we offer our customers, because we have all of these various carriers. You can A/B test different countries, see where you can sell better, try running some ads in this country, in that country, and then you actually see what makes sense. Because I'm really against jumping to conclusions before you have really tested it and tried it out. I have seen in my career quite many theories being wrong and complete opposite. So that's why I also really stress on the fact that, hey, you now have opportunity to try different countries. You don't need to again go and negotiate with 10 carriers just to find the solution. You can simply just ship out products and see how it goes.
Yeah, that's something you always are struggling to not rely on the some strategies. I have this. My favorite saying is from the Mike Tyson: "The strategy is good, but when you first time get the punch in the face, you change everything." So this is how I see the world. But when you grow, when you go into the e-commerce world, where is many thousands a day in revenue, you understand that sometimes the strategies part is helping. So yeah, if guys don't have approach to your platform, because I know that right now not all the world is approachable. So what you would suggest for somebody who is not who can't use your platform, use your all strategies, your help, your getting the prices, everything, but he needs to go this manual way. So what's the way how he can learn to understand how to use proper shipping and get the best prices out?
Yeah, like I think at the end of the day, relationships come first. What I have seen in my experience, you don't want to go also to the carriers and like, hey, give me the best price, I will sell this product. Like no one of us likes that approach, and it's actually very great to build relationships with the carriers because they want to grow, they want you to grow, and they want to help, right? And if you are able to just explain your vision, what you are planning to do, you are planning to sell this and this in this market, can you help me to find the best alternatives? And once you start on a positive note, actually I have seen you get already way better offers because they can influence that, and that volume always is dictating the final price. So what that is one of the actually things. If you are really looking to optimize the shipping, just build those relationships, get to know them, get to know your options. That's number one. And number two is you need to be ambitious. Everyone wants to work with ambitious people. And if you go and say, yeah, I'm currently selling 20 products per month, we send this and upcoming year we want to reach 100, and like, okay, you are not interesting, right? So you need to be really ambitious and energetic and really go and show that, hey, we have this plan, we want to execute, I need your help. If we manage to do that, here you see how much money we will bring for you. Because at the end of the day, everyone sees the dollar sign on you when you're talking with them. So you need to be able not to just sell your product right now and your needs, but also in 2 3 months. And also, what I actually have seen works now quite a bit is you will not be able to deliver always by yourself, and you don't need to be that contract owner. Especially now in those highly competitive markets, there are so many also fulfillment centers you can utilize. You can ship batch of your products to delivery country already and ask them to ship them out locally. That also is a strategy which you actually can utilize, and in that way you are able to send out 100 products. It will be way cheaper to send one time larger shipment and then distribute from the delivery country already. In that way you can still save cost and also grow volume, and then you have the added value that you can deliver super fast, and that is again another upsell. And once your volumes start to pick up, then you can already see how you can optimize that. So I think it's also something what to keep in mind, that logistics is ever evolving subject, and you will never find the best fit, right? The things what work now might not work the next month. And that's why I think it's very important to continuously just evaluate also all the options available. Now e-commerce still is expected to double in the next 10 years, right? So it's clear there will be new players. People try to get in this niche. Maybe they are not global carrier, but they do very good deliveries just one country, and maybe it is exactly what you need. So it is actually quite a lot of just researching and understanding what options do you have. And once you understand that, you can also go and leverage. You can go to other carriers and say, but hey, guys, they are offering to do it cheaper, and maybe you can offer something like they do because they really want to work with you. I like your brand better. And they're like, oh, okay, let's try to figure something out. So, it's just all about adding value to the other party, your partner, trying to grow together. And in that way, you can get actually quite a bit out of that.
Okay, let's make a small explanation for that, because this is some new topic coming here in. So the first was You go to the couriers and logistic companies and you try to make a best deal to get the shipping done for you. The second thing, what you just mentioned, is other logistics partner, or it's called a 3PL partner in some kind of the country. Maybe you can tell more how that happening, because I know the Printful was doing the same work there. So just open this curtain so people understand that there is option where you, like in Amazon, send somewhere product and everything happens without your touch. If you are using some great e-commerce platforms like Shopify, where you can integrate everything together, so it all happens automatically. Because this is sometimes we forget in e-commerce, that e-commerce is selling on automatic, selling while you're asleep, not doing manual work. So maybe tell us a little bit more about this 3PL stuff, because it's for us, we understand what that means, but for guys who are just starting or haven't done it, never, they maybe don't get this way of doing the work.
So let's come back to what 3PL means, right? It's a third-party logistics, meaning that actually someone else is taking care of your logistics. And it works especially very great when you are not producing your product yourself, but you are, let's say, reselling it. And then once you are purchasing from your seller, don't order to your address, order it to the third-party warehouse. So they will send directly product to the warehouse, they will stock it in the shelves, and then whenever order comes in, it's linked to their system, they will pack the product in the box and ship it out to your customer. And in that way, you can operate without touching the product at all. And it's, I think, one of the best ways how to keep your costs really low as well, because you don't have extra movements, extra product travel times, and you can be really efficient on that. It is also higher risk, right? Because this works great if you have certain volumes. If you want to just stock 2 or 3 items, that of course will not be the best approach, because you have all the fees, transport still, storage fees, and then for those 3 items, it will really not pay back. So if you are thinking about selling hundreds, from 100, I think it's already something you can really evaluate and take advantage of.
Yeah, that's some kind of the investment, but that works. You mean 100 in a month or 100 in a day?
100 in a month. Yeah. So it's still relatively low volume, right? And now we see there are more and more those fulfillment centers across the Europe and States, and they compete against each other as well. So they also are actually lowering the prices to make it more appealing. And at the same time, what is the most important thing, that they are all about efficiency. So you are sure that your product will be packed and shipped out, if not on the same day, then definitely on the next one. And in many cases, we are not able to do it that fast ourselves. So they are professionals, they do that day in, day out, and that's what really helps you.
Yeah, but you can't make those nice videos from your kitchen where you have food with the products and you are sending them out, and you will not make those videos, but overall it will help you. But this is something I wanted to add here about. I have this approach, like how many money making activities you have done this week. This is something I'm talking with many e-commerce owners daily, weekly, and this is one of the questions I ask mostly every time. So here's the tasks you have done for this week. What is the money making activities? And what we are talking right now about the first steps of your e-commerce road, or the first step of scaling your e-commerce, going out of your market or something like that. This is the moment where you need to invest all the time in customer support and getting new customers. This is everything you need to do, because you need to get your cost per acquisition down, and you need to get your lifetime value up. So this is the focus where you need to go. And this kind of the services is helping you to not spend time on this, because you don't have enough resources. You're mostly alone, or maybe you are 2 guys, so there is not many people are working in your company. So that means your work should be efficiency, and that this really helps. So there is one option, you go by yourself. There is a second option, you go 3PL. There is the third option right now, what you have open for a market. It's your app. So maybe you can tell more about how your app is working, and how you can solve this logistic problem to Europe.
Yeah, definitely. So our app is actually relatively straightforward. There are a couple of things which I wanted to avoid building this solution is some kind of barrier to companies start using it. So we don't have any subscription fees. It's completely free of charge. You can register, check rates. If you want, you can ship out. If not, too bad for you. And we consolidate currently 6 carriers in one place. We are also account holders with those carriers, so we ensure that we negotiate all the rates, we ensure that we have all the integrations, and we have all the setup ready for you. So you can actually now register in our platform in less than 5 minutes and create your first shipment and request courier pickup. It is not possible to do it with traditional courier post services. You need to sign contracts, you need to get those rates, maybe you need to integrate. Now you really can do that within 5 minutes. And I think that is something what really helps for companies to react quickly, because sometimes, you have been in the e-commerce, some order from country you are not supporting comes in. Like, I need to cancel because I cannot deliver. Now you don't need to do that. We deliver to the whole world. So that is really the greatest value. And of course, the cost side, we consolidate those volumes. We have, in most of the cases, better rates than our customers can obtain directly. And that is due to the fact that we have this volume. And if you think about also the multi-carrier approach, that you need at least 3 carriers to have optimal shipping strategy, then you need to split your volume by 3, and then you need to negotiate the rates. And now you don't need to do that. Everything is already fixed, and the rate what you see is rate what you pay, and it is as easy as that. And currently we are supporting the product with our dashboard where you can buy the label manually, and we have launched also API for larger companies to integrate directly with us so they can streamline. And now in beginning of November we will launch also e-commerce platform plugins for Shopify, Etsy, etc. So you can actually source the orders from your platform, just press buy label, request courier, and ship out, and forget about the logistics. And basically, as I like to see and think about it, it's like you don't build custom website for your first ever e-commerce store. You take Shopify or WooCommerce or whatever platform. So you can now do the same with logistics. You don't need to build your own solutions. You take already existing solution which has been built by professionals. They know what they are doing. They know what they are suggesting, and you just utilize that. And as you said, focus really on that sales, marketing, and getting that product out there, and forget about logistics, because everything what I previously told you, those strategies, research the carriers, research the links, research uh, what offers are there, negotiate the rate. I think you can count already how many hours of your time that takes, and then you still end up hitting that wall where you don't have big enough volumes and you get shitty prices. So you have invested a lot of time, do not get anything out of that, and try to optimize it in a way. So I really don't see the need and why people actually should do that if they can really just utilize the solution like ours.
Yeah, this reminds me going to the gym and after 6 months not getting the AB like apes, and you are telling, okay, gym doesn't work. But mostly you don't have somebody who is guiding you there, and this is the Lauris is doing. He has experience, because before you, I didn't know that you need to have at least 3 shipping carriers to have a best strategy for your shipping. And maybe you can tell about more about this, because for me it was one shipping company, get the best rates, and try to, I will tell in the end how to maybe make your how to make some money on the shipping, because all people want free shipping. But there are some strategies I can tell you, and maybe Lars can add something, but maybe you can tell more about this, why you need 3 companies to get the best strategy of the shipping.
Yeah, so it all comes down to, again, your business needs, right? What we see mostly, people don't want to stick with selling in one market, and they want to open other markets as well. So you usually have one very, very strong player in the local market. They are doing the next day deliveries relatively cheap. That's great. They will not be that great on international links. Then you have companies who really focus on international. And then when you split international in two parts, you have express, which is for those products and customers who want that next day delivery, and then you have standard. And express and standard career post companies differ quite a bit as well, what you get for the money. Usually the ones which are really good at express deliveries will be more expensive on the standard as well, just because they need to maintain those high speed networks, right? So they charge also on standard a bit of premium, while there are carriers which focus really on lower rates and getting optimal delivery times. So when you have mix of at least three such career post companies, you can ship pretty much to everywhere in the world and in an optimal way. And that's why I say the three, that what comes from also past experience, and that also helps you to mitigate the risks, especially now the peak season is coming, right? Are you sure your carrier network will not fail? That's like 50-50 chance if you think about it, right? And if you have already two alternatives, you can easily switch to another alternative and not get stuck with that. So it's also very important from risk mitigation side that you don't just put all the eggs in one basket and hope that it will work out, but you have actually already strategy. If I cannot use this, I will use this instead.
Yeah, but this is really hard to do when you are doing negotiation on your own, because you need to split that volume so you get the bigger prices, and this strategy is costing you money. But what Lauris is saying, that you can save money, you can do that. I see one question. Well, 4PL solution. Tell me more about this for people where maybe we can give information about this, and then we can go to the strategies of getting some shipping, like getting some money from shipping and still having a free shipping on, because I will tell some stories about how it's important to have a free shipping there.
Yeah, so 4PL is pretty much upgraded 3PL, right? They just provide more integrated service to your needs. They can operate already further in your supply chain, and you don't need to ensure that you ship to their warehouse, but they can pick up from your supplier. So they just go one step beyond that. And that I think is the main difference, how much service they can provide.
And that's nice. So, like I'm building the dropshipping brand right now, and I can connect and do that. But it's like in the start, I would suggest go and understand all that steps, and then go on services like this. Because if you go straight on the services and you don't understand the process, it makes you harder in the scale to find the problem. Because in the scale there will be some problem, and if you haven't done it manually, all this work, you can't get the problem out. So that's something. So guys, about this free shipping part. So to understand how important is the free shipping, we have one client in US. We scaled it from 60K to 300K in few months, and we tested offers, different offers. And one offer was spend $150 and get 15% off. And the second offer was, so we was comparing two offers, spend $150 and get free shipping off. The free shipping, like shipping cost, was $8. By the way, they are using the Printful. And how you think which offer won in this competition? Which offer made the bigger average order value?
I know the answer. It's the free shipping.
Yeah, but you save more money with the discount. Why this is doing the work?
I think the key is in psychology. You get something free, right? When you get 15% off, you still need to do the math. How much is that? Okay, you need to check the numbers. But when you get free shipping, it's like, oh, it's free shipping. Let's purchase that, right? I'm the winner now. I will get something for free. And that's what we see actually for many e-commerces works greatly. And then, of course, for you it's important that you just can hide some of those shipping costs in your product cost, and actually you already subsidize the shipping from that part. And I think there are a bit more analytics involved, as you said, to understand the tiers from which actually it makes sense to your business to do that. Because if they order just one item, free shipping might not be the best option, because you will not make any money on that, right? So you need to understand actually what is your marginality for your product, how much you make from that product, and at what actually the sum you can start offering free shipping and still make money out of that. And that's the whole beauty of that strategy. And I think I also read some analysis that for 70% of the e-commerce businesses who tried free shipping strategy, it boosted sales by 30%. And
Yeah, that's
that's just
100% agree with
crazy
that.
about it.
Yeah, I can tell you more one thing about why this free shipping won. Because if you go after the market, which is not like, you have a market segment, so you have a low segment where people just think about how to save money, and in that case, you will not get this maybe efficiency of this offer. But if you are going after the premium market, they always like to get their things for free, not discounts, because they are not people who are searching for discounts. So this, but I have seen for those, I would say, lower segments of buyers, both offers is working well. But for the premium, that one. But about free shipping, as you mentioned, we need to put this price of the free shipping into our product, because we need to cover some part of that thing. And I had this strategy, and maybe you can, yeah, add something to that strategy. So we had three different shipping forms. So the first was a free shipping, but it was really long. It was something like 14 business days. Then we had a second one, which was uh, paid. I think it was something like $7 or $8, something like that, and it was a delivery in 7 business days. And then we had a express shipping, which was delivering 2 days with I think $19, something like that. So we had a free shipping, so that means we could offer the free shipping. We could work with this term. This was great. And overall, on a year basis, we of course in the Q4 we was this middle part, we was raising a little bit to understand maybe we can get more on that shipping, because nobody wants to wait 14 days. So overall, we picked up something like $8 for a shipping. Even giving the free shipping away, we still made some money on the shipping, because there was those two options, and there will be always people which choose. But we was using one courier, and we was just uh, this was the way how we saved the time for not having enough stock, because we know that if somebody buys, we can deliver like we have 10 to 12 days to make it. So what from this strategy, maybe what you see would be better, or the strategy is perfect and everything is good?
I think it actually also comes down to the fact if you have three or more delivery options, that doesn't help your checkout process, because when you give too many options to your customer, you actually increase the chance that they will drop off on the way. From my perspective, it's usually nice to have two or maximum three delivery options, and that works really great, because then you can cater for all the needs. Free shipping, which is longer time, there is definitely a segment who is ready to wait for 2 weeks and not pay anything for that. And then you have those tiers, and basically, as you also previously told, you have this lower tier, middle tier, and upper tier. And in having those three delivery options, you actually are catering for each and every of them, right? And in that way, you can optimize also that they will pick the one which they really want. What also really actually we see from pricing those tiers, it's very important to really understand your costs and your pricing strategy, because you also can hide the free shipping uh, in your upper tier pricings, right? You can add a bit of extra revenue on the express delivery, which will compensate for the free deliveries. And that's actually what we are currently working on, is really in-depth analytics, which help you understand your average shipment cost per country per courier post service, express, standard, or parcel lockers. And in that way, you can already optimize your pricing strategy. And sticking with three options, good pricing strategy is really the key, in my opinion, for successful e-commerce.
Yeah, I agree. And giving this free shipping, it's so important right now. And what you already mentioned, but this is something I will add. This is the last thing from my side. I think it's if you have average order value like I don't know, 50 euros, $50, then put your free shipping a little bit in top of this average order value, because this is the great way how to get this average order value up. We did it for one of our clients. We if the average order value was $100, we put the $150. This is not the best tactic to do, but overall, this is the good way how you can use the shipping to get your average order value up. Because as I told, there's only two tasks for your company in e-commerce: get the cost per acquisition down and get the lifetime value up. So that's the things. Maybe there's something I haven't asked you or you want to mention additional about the shipping. Guys, there's one thing I want you to use. If you are watching this video or listening this podcast and you have questions about your logistics strategy, Laura told me that they are creating. They have this system that if there's some kind of the strategy working for some of their clients, they share this strategy for other clients. So if you have any questions how to optimize or how to improve your strategy and costs and efficiency of the logistics, write to the Lauris in the comments, not in the comments, but in the description will be links to the Lauris LinkedIn and their company. And I think use this chance, because it's I think in few months you will not get to the Lauris because he will be too busy doing other things. But yeah, maybe there's something I haven't mentioned or haven't asked what you want to tell to our listeners.
No, I think we covered quite a lot and quite in depth. But as you said, it's all about for us to making shipping optimal and accessible to everyone. And as you said, one of our targets is that companies stop competing on the shipping and really focus on their products. And as you said, that is one of the things what we want, that we actually provide data which setups really work for your product category from your country. And that's really the easiest way, in my opinion, how you can set up your logistics without not investing too much time in that. And one thing just to mention, next week we will also open up 15 slots of 15-minute consultation. That will be the last week which I will take time to actually consult customers before we dive into the peak. So I would say follow Swotzy. We will announce that quite soon. Feel free to pick one of the 15 slots, and we'll be more than happy to walk through the strategies and how you can optimize your existing setup.
Yeah, I hope you will make more than Printful made in that year when Lauris was working with them. So use this knowledge, use this experience. It's a huge. So guys, thank you, Lauris. Thank you for coming. It was pleasure to talk with you. It was pleasure to remember all the logistics times, and I hope your company will get will open new markets and you will grow it fast. And I'm happy. Congrats, you have found a great niche, great product. It's just right now. Sit down and build it and then make it great. I'm happy to hear people who is I would say not happy, but into the business, into the roots, and have this why even in the logistics. Like how you can find the why in logistics, you can find it if you really do that. So thank you one more time, and hope we will have some more touch in the future.
Perfect. Thanks a lot. It was a pleasure talking, and definitely let's stay in touch.
Okay. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.